I am Coach Cameron, and I see a whole army of little soccer warriors here in defiance of out-of-control coaches and parents. You've come to fight as free players, and free players you are. What will you do without freedom? Will you fight?
No. Not against them. They're too scary. They scream at me repeatedly, and if I don't comply, they will take me out of the game. And I'll be embarrassed and ashamed. So will I fight? No. There's too many. I can't fight. I don't want to be subbed off. I want to play. So I'll do what they say.
I fight, and you may be subbed. Comply, and you'll stay on the field, at least for a while. And retired many years from now. Would you be willing to trade all the games from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell the parents and coaches, shut up and no more, this is our game, not yours, and to tell them that they may take our game, but they'll never take our freedom.
Adult soccer leagues are the product of youth soccer in America. You can see it any given Sunday. Question for the podcast for today is, why is adult soccer league one fight after another? Have you seen it? Comment. Let us know. Are you a witness to seeing all the craziness in adult league, regardless of age? All the indoor arenas, the swazzle leagues, all the stuff in your neighborhood or whatever. Why don't they get along? Why are they so angry? Is it youth soccer's fault? We don't know. We're going to find out in this podcast. Ask us questions anytime. We'll take your questions. We'll divert the entire podcast by you, the listener, or if IT Ryan ever decides to come in this room. She's here, but she won't be here. But we have Jack back. Jack is back. What's up, El Rojo?
What's up?
What up, my brother? So you were in California. Thanks for calling in. Appreciate you.
Yep.
And killer hair, by the way. I love how it's there.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I really didn't like your haircut when you were at University of Washington. You got that haircut, made you look 5 years younger.
Yeah, that was bad.
That wasn't fun. But we're missing your twin sister, Ryan. She's here though. I got to give her a ride home, or mother does, one of the two. If you want to support this podcast, you like stuff like this, you can support this podcast by donating to my foundation, which is a 501c3. Well, it's not mine. It's Maricopa Community College's foundation. And this is how you do it. Go to phoenixcollege.edu and scroll down to the bottom and hit the Bears logo. Once you click on that, it will take you to our athletic website. And then you can go to the button that says donate/sponsors. Click on that, and then it takes you where you can donate. You put in an amount, hopefully a huge amount, like Kenny Laird, who gave us $1,000. Thank you so much, Kenny Laird. And you also can make it a monthly gift if you want, but make sure you designate it to PC Men's Soccer. If it goes there, that's awesome. And comment, we support Coach Cameron, or however you want to say you want to support us. And then you'll get an email receipt right away. I think that's it, Jack. You get an email right away that you can use, hopefully, towards your taxes, depending on your situation. So, support that, and that would be awesome. But be sure to comment in this podcast if you have any questions or concerns about the soccer community and the lack of development that we have. And it's very apparent because all you have to do is watch the product that we produce. Sunday League. It's horrible. From the Mercury News, California soccer player dies 15 days after large fight erupts over referee decision.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
A 29-year-old California soccer player died 15 days after a large fight erupted during a match over a disagreement with the referee's decision. According to the Oxnard Police Department, this is why I don't play adult soccer league. It's so bad. It's nothing but dirty 2-foot tackles like this one. Just like that, on July 10th, Oxnard police responded to reports of a large fight between two adult soccer teams. Shocker. They're playing at a high school soccer field. Authorities found Misael Sanchez unresponsive and not breathing, Oxnard police said in a release. The fight occurred when two teams disagreed with the referee's decision. Oxnard police said Sanchez was on the field playing with when the fight broke out. During the fight, Sanchez was assaulted by multiple assailants. Typically, that's how soccer happens. A fight breaks out, and everyone just starts running around like flipping flies on something disgusting and just go around and just start kicking and screaming and causing problems, which I understand how there's anger involved. But the question is, where did the anger come from? Where were they taught this? They were taught it from their parents, from the sidelines, from the coaching, everything in between that. That's how we develop our community. And what happens? They get in fights, people die, and it's a problem if you haven't noticed. But I understand we have situations where it's very confusing sometimes. So we're going to watch a video. We're going to show a referee that makes a no call. And then what typically happens on a no call when it was very apparent that it should have been a call, that they're going to keep doing those kind of violent behaviors. Let's show that video, Jack. Ref's right there. Tackle, cleats up through his legs. Dangerous. Ref's like, oh, corner kick. Okay, so that's not good. So they get the corner. And of course, what happens? But more 2-foot tackles. It's just like the last tackle. I could see him, what's going through his mind. What was the difference between that? And they're going to show another viewpoint of this. Look at that. That was the same tackle that he got moments before that. Of course, escalation. It should be a red. I'm just going to give it yellow. Everyone gets upset. All right, we get off here because it gets crazy. A lot of F-bombs and stuff like that. But that's what happens. And I get it. The referee didn't make the call, and now he's making the call, and in the confusion there. Okay, I understand that. It's human error. It happens everywhere. That is common in youth soccer. That is common in every sporting event that we may be in. That's common. So, but that's going to be our reaction. That's what we teach versus coaches, parents accepting the no call because it's going to be at the next level, the premiership, whatever level you get to. It always is a situation of confusion. It's better to have self-control. It's better to deal with it in a different light so we don't have people getting murdered in adult league for those things. So that's a problem. Now, from evolvetreatment.com, and Jack, you can interrupt me anytime if you guys have a question about anything regarding what we're talking about or any random thoughts. We will direct this podcast to you, the listener. That's why it's a live show. We can be interrupted. There's no script. Well, there's a script, but we don't have to follow the script. It's live. And we appreciate you guys being here. Why do parents get angry during their kids' sporting games? If you've ever been to a teen sports game, you've probably witnessed a fight at least once. It starts out sometimes with some muttering behind the coach or the referee's back. The parents raise their voice. There's yelling, maybe even cursing, and then a fight breaks out. Have you seen that? Comment. Let us know. Have you, what we just described, does that happen? And it just slowly builds? And then there's just an explosion, and then just it's too much. The tension is too strong. So tension runs high at sporting games, especially youth games. Almost 70% of parents say they've gotten angry at their child's sports games before. And several researchers have actually untangled the reason why. So 70%? Who are those 30%? That's crazy. Don't worry about it, Jack. And Jack, if you can bring Megan Rapinoe into the show.
I was going to do it.
Anytime, we'll take Megan. I didn't have that in our show notes, and we didn't prepare this at all. You were playing. What game were you playing, Jack?
Multiverses.
Multiverses?
Yeah.
With Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
And then Tasmanian Devil. That's a thing.
Yeah.
I almost beat Jet. I played it once. How'd I do?
Pretty good.
Okay. In a study, more than 700 sports parents, why they were angry at their kids' sports events. They found that parents got upset the most when the referee or coach made bad calls. Typically, I would assume the ref, like the video we saw before, happens a lot, so they're going to be angry all the time. Athletes weren't being considerate, and other parents were being rude. Let's talk about this a little bit. So referees make bad calls, and they're going to continue to make bad calls because we have shorter referees, and the referees, they're kind of thrown out there, and they're trying to deal with the human element and all that, and it's always being manipulated by who? The coach, the parents. They're trying to manipulate to get the call. Then they're happy, but the opposite side is not, and then the anger builds up, and then we have explosion, and then we have little Johnny punching little Sally because they're in co-ed soccer and purple versus yellow team, and that's what happens all the time, if that makes sense. It should make sense. So if there is one reason why parents get upset over bad calls or parents were getting rude, what do you do as a coach? This is the coach's fault. This is the administration's fault. This is the state association's fault. This is the club director's fault. They don't provide education for the sidelines, for the coaches. They don't. You should use the Kenai method. The Kenai method is the constant, never-ending improvement of your sidelines. And, Megan, she's constantly and never-ending bringing things up, and I'm going to smash her with my own little... Killed her. Megan gets angry all the time. That's how she makes money. But you, the parent, can't get angry all the time because you will not make money by doing that. You'll actually be in a situation where your kids do not like you. They develop in a way where they hate you and decide to color their hair purple because they hate sports. Just kidding. Megan has purple hair. She likes it. The refs were wrong in their calls, they say. Parents get angry when the referee doesn't know or fully understands the game and fails to make the call. It's consistent with the calls. Everyone wants consistency and fairness in that, but you have to understand there's human element. It's not easy doing what they're doing. A couple things have to happen for change here. One, coaches, parents, players alike, stop trying to manipulate calls. Stop being so angry every time a call is made. Allow the calls to be calls and allow the kids to learn from them and be able to control their emotions like we talked about last week in our show. What was the name of our show last week? The Power of Now? Yeah. Go back and watch that show. That was pretty good. And there's a problem because everyone's like bad calls. Bad calls are in every sport. For example, the conclusion of many sport games end with handshakes. And sometimes those handshakes don't go off well and causes some problems in a lot of situations. Squeeze too hard. Remember that baseball coach? We showed a video last week of a baseball coach shaking this little kid's hand a little too hard, and he was a cop. That's a problem. Parents, you need to take charge, make change with your focus. What really matters? The best way to change your focus is understand what are we trying to do? We're trying to develop players to be able to play in the next generation, whether it's adult league or college or whatever it may be. We have to develop players to be technical. Have to. And if they're technical and they can actually take a touch, look up and see things and enjoy the game and dribble out of situations, actually enjoy the game for what it's for, which is beautiful, unless you grew up in America and it's all about scream, yell, kick, or whatever. I'm going to show you a video of soccer math. This is what I did with Jack whenever he played. I would keep soccer math and I created a video showing what we do to measure development. So let's take a look. Soccer math. And what you'll notice, I put this in high speed. For the ones that don't have access to the film, I have giveaways, passing, takeaways, touches, and shots. And that's just kind of what I listed. And you can see how it's populating after he goes through the process of receiving it. So Jack, and I didn't put forward or backwards. There's so many different stats you can put on this. But it's important to have this, whatever you decide it to be, an opportunity for you to have a conversation with your child or anyone for that matter that's trying to develop their game as a coach, a director, or whatever. It really gives you a chance to see what they're doing. Yeah, so that's what I do. And you can go on YouTube or maybe Google, just do Coach Cameron Soccer Math. And I have a series of videos. I have this Excel spreadsheet showing you all the things that I would keep track of. And one thing you should keep track of is how many times your coach screams at the referee, how many times your parents on your sideline or anyone on your sideline tries to manipulate the officials to get calls and stuff like that. That should be trackable too, and it should be in a situation of like, what are we doing? Why are we here? You know, are we really trying to shape and mold everyone that's involved in the game? We have to. We have to make changes. Because if we don't, we're going to be in a situation of just nothing but horrible 2-foot tackles, punches to the face, and all those things, which we're going to show you all of that. The beautiful game, we got like 10 videos of the horribleness of adult league in Sunday League in America. Let's get ready for some all ball. And be sure to comment and ask questions if you have any that you would like us to answer. We will deal with it live every Sunday, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We'll be here. And yeah, so we're going to go with the first video, which is a Sunday League 2-foot tackle by the goalkeeper. This is ridiculous. Leaves the ball and everything and goes trying to murder someone. All right, nice step over. Going. Ah! Oh, my. I know. Watch the replay. It's like, what did I do? Yeah, there's no sound of that. This nice Ronaldinho step over. Gets in his face, and this keeper's like, oh my gosh. He does even get ejected, by the way.
Could have broke his legs right there.
Yeah, if he hit him. And that's Sunday League. That was kind of, what was the logic by the keeper? I mean, they should have just gave him a penalty kick just for even attempting that. And he should definitely be red carded. All right, let's watch the next video. And this has sound. Watch and listen to this guy get punched in the face. Oh, wait. This is different.
Andrew, he's got the call. He's got the call. Walk away.
Oh, yeah, throw down, no cards.
Yeah, you're going home now.
Yeah, you're going home now. No, he's like, don't do that again. Shake hands, no cards. What? That should have been red cards. But at least they shook hands. I wonder what happened after. No one knows. Now let's watch punch to the face. Oh! Watch his replay. Boom! Take that. That was dirty. That guy actually got a red card. I had to shrink down these clips because there's so many. Now, this next one's interesting. This is a quick throw-in. It was like charging into this player, trying to like kind of shield it a little bit with his shoulder and to do a quick throw-in, I think. And then the other guy decides, hey, I'm going to throw you down and potentially hit your head on this concrete. Let's take a look. All right, so he's like, get him down low so I can do a quick throw, and boom. Yeah, and it gets very violent after that. And of course, fist fight into the track, and this game is going to come to an end. All right. That is very typical. Now, the next one is a sharp elbow. Let's take a look at this one.
Go get it back. Go get that back.
This is why you shouldn't do shoulder to shoulder into someone that's... It's so violent. And that's how we develop kids. We're always about, go full speed, get stuck in, all this, versus relax. Cut off angles, just get the ball. No, I want to be violent and take a sharp elbow to the jaw. And it was just a yellow card, by the way. All right, shirt pulling. We've all been in this. Short, then shirt. Let's get jiggy. Indoor soccer. Grab his shorts, I'll grab your jersey, and throws down, and a yellow card is awarded always to the second offender. Not the first guy. Always the second guy, but they both should get carded for that. That's always a problem. What's the next one, Jack?
Step over cleats. Scrape.
Okay, so the next two videos is very common and very disgusting, where they kind of step over you and they just rake their cleats on you. So if you haven't seen this, parents, pay attention to this because you need to know when to get angry. Here's one.
لاعب let's go عبد الملك nice عبد الملك hey ref what is that
Right
what is
there.
that now
Now watch it.
nice عبد الملك hey ref what is that what is that ref what is that what is that now
Careful, he might have got his mandrels. Yeah. And he got a yellow card for that.
Yellow.
Yeah. I don't know if the ref actually could really see it. It's hard to see. There's no VAR in adult soccer league on Sundays. All right, this next one's will give you a better look at it.
They foul!
They foul!
They foul!
Oh, rack him. This will be
They
good.
foul!
Yeah.
Play, put the ball.
Yeah, play fast so they don't see it. That is the disgustingness of soccer. That's the worst of the worst. And where they learn it, how they learn it, the anger that develops to that point. If your kid does anything like that and you notice that, you got to deal with that. You got to punish, whether the referees catch them or not, coach catches them or not. Deal with that. Deal with it, because we don't want this to escalate to Sunday League where murder is now happening in adult soccer league. Next one, Jack, which one's that? Chin stomp?
2-foot tackle, no card.
Oh, yeah. 2-foot tackle, no card. All ball, though. Jeez. If you get hit, we got all ball, man. We got all ball. Yeah. That's why I don't do Sunday League. I would never do that. And in adult league, they should never allow slide tackling. Just take it out. What's the point? Most of those people have to be at work on Monday. Adult tackle. I forget which one this is. I'm sure it's nasty. Oh. Oops. Oh my gosh. That was disgusting. Yeah, that happens a lot. Stay on your feet. Adult league, no slide tackling or touching of any kind. All right, next one is a chin stomp.
Oh my.
He's like, what's wrong with you? What? What's he give him? Yellow or red? What do you think?
Nothing.
It is a, what are you going to get? Red, you're out of there. Good call, referee. Way to have courage. Here's an indoor soccer tackle. These are the worst when you get thrown in the boards and you're going to have to roll with it.
The ball.
He does this thing, but he don't push. He just knows a little bit of a push is going to put him in the boards and you can't. I was just shoulder to shoulder. I was just shoulder to shoulder. That's what we develop. That's youth soccer. That's what they become. That's what we develop. And you see it on every Sunday. Here's a 2-foot tackle. No sound. It's okay. Oh, this is so disgusting, and that's what happens. Does that happen with you? Comment, let us know. Do you see that in youth soccer? Do you see how the progression we do in the United States, we develop disgusting soccer? It's not the referees. It's the parents. It's the coaches. It's the avoidance of actually teaching self-discipline, unlike our dog. And that concludes All Ball. And that is our show. Unless you have a question, a comment, let us know. I'm hopeful that in youth soccer, the coaches, the parents, everyone involved can just realize we don't need to get emotional to the point where we want to get the victory so bad that we're going to manipulate the referee to get calls because you have to win. Versus sit down, take notes, and identify how many times does your son or daughter get the ball in their possession and make decisions. What decisions are they? Are they passing the ball forward? Are they passing the ball backwards? Are they losing it under pressure? How much time are they on the field? How often is your coach giving information? Way too much, it may seem to be, because the game itself is a test. How often are they manipulating the game from your opposition to your neighbor next to you? or the parent next to you. What's going on? Take notes. Realize what's going on, and you won't realize if you're not taking notes. Take notes on the sideline. Stop injecting yourself into the game where you have to be emotional. Oh, he hit my child. Who cares? Allow it to be. The question is, when your child does take a bad tackle, because it's going to happen, what's your reaction of your child? Is he emotional the rest of the game? Does he eventually get a yellow card or red card? What's going on there? You don't care about their development? You don't care what's up here? Can they handle adversity? You don't care? If you don't deal with it, if you don't have a conversation with your son or daughter or coaches with your players to be able to handle the adversity of the game, to be able to handle things that might not go your way, the no calls, all the things, it's called life, right? Why aren't we treating sport like life? You're not going to get everything you want. Nothing's going to work out all the time. That's called life. It's stressful. Anxiety happens, all those things. But all we're doing is bringing a ton of damage to their brains, thinking of the past. And then what happens in the future? They end up playing Sunday League. They get in a brawl, and then someone dies, and a lot of people are going to be hit with manslaughter charges. Oh, it's just a normal brawl until someone dies. It's a problem. Start taking the game differently. All youth sports, take it differently. We have to take it differently. Let's start teaching people to be human beings and be able to develop in a situation they can handle the stresses of life. Am I crazy? Isn't that where we should be? That's where I think we should be. We have a comment, Jack?
Yeah.
What's a comment?
From Garcia, what are your thoughts about referees being a little more conscious of youth players flopping during plays?
Well, it's a tough. We can all improve in a game if paying attention to the flops of the game. I don't like that manipulation of the game either, because you're trying to get a call over, assimilation of movement with your body. I'm not a fan of it. If I was a referee, I'm carding not only a player, I'm having a talk with the coach at the same time. I'll be like, all right, come on, we got to stop this. Like to manipulate calls. And then if everyone's flopping around and it's not being dealt with, then they're manipulating the game, and it's confusing the parents, which don't, if you can flop well, you're going to get mom and dad upset as well on the sideline, because they're going to see it at a different angle. And from their point of view, it might have been a horrendous foul. I don't like that stuff at all, especially for the youth. It just stop. Remember, Jack, when you flopped? I made a video of you flopping at 6, and you were rolling, and I'm screaming at you, get up, or not screaming. I was like, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, because you just laid there, because I think you watched Neymar play that day or something.
Was it a long time ago?
Yeah, you were like 6.
Oh, I thought you meant like I was playing 6.
No, you're 6 years old. I wish I had that video. So, you're welcome. Any other questions or concern for the Coach Cameron podcast? Well, that is our show. You can find us on iHeartRadio, Google Play, iTunes, or wherever else podcasts are found. We have now moved our podcast to Anchor, but it still goes to other directions. You can find us CoachCameron.com, which I never deal with. It had some virus, and we were banned on Google for a while, but it was supposed to be corrected, but I haven't really paid attention because I don't really care. I'll just stick with YouTube and wherever else you can find us. But thanks for being part of this podcast. We appreciate you guys being here, and we'll be back next Sunday, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. See you then.